Do you or someone you love wake up multiple times at night just to use the bathroom? What if I told you the way you drink water might be the hidden cause behind those exhausting midnight trips? You know that feeling, don't you? When you're lying there at 2 a.m., knowing you need to get up again, but dreading the journey down that dark hallway. Maybe it's your spouse shuffling past you for the third time tonight, or your aging parent calling you worried about yet another sleepless night. You're not imagining it, and you're definitely not alone. For seniors, broken sleep isn't just frustrating, it can lead to memory issues, dangerous falls, and even depression. When your body doesn't get the deep, restorative sleep it needs, everything else starts to unravel. Your mood suffers, your energy disappears, and simple daily tasks become mountains to climb. But here's what gives me hope. A few simple changes to how and when you drink water could restore peace to your nights. In today's video, I'll share 5 powerful tips that urologists recommend specifically for seniors to drastically reduce nighttime urination. These aren't just generic health tips, they're targeted strategies that understand how our bodies change as we age. You don't want to miss tip number 4. It surprises even doctors, and it might be the game changer you've been looking for. Comment: restful nights if you're tired of those midnight bathroom trips, or if you care for someone who is. Let me know where you're watching from and what time it is there right now. I love connecting with our Elder Wisdom family from all around the world. And don't forget to subscribe to Elder Wisdom for more life-changing health insights for seniors and their loved ones. We're building a community where aging with dignity and wisdom isn't just a dream, it's a reality we create together. Number 1. Drink more water, but at the right times. Let me tell you about Harold. He's 78 years old, a retired teacher who thought he was doing everything right. He'd read that seniors need to stay hydrated, so he made sure to drink plenty of water with dinner and even kept a glass by his bedside. But by midnight he was up 3 times, stumbling through the dark, exhausted by morning, and frustrated beyond words. Harold's wife, Margaret, was getting worried. She'd watch him during the day, moving slower, forgetting things more often, and she knew it was because his sleep was completely broken. They both thought this was just part of getting older, until Harold's doctor explained something that changed everything. Here's what most people don't understand. The bladder's capacity naturally shrinks with age. What could hold comfortably when you were 40 might feel overwhelming when you're 70. Drinking too much water after 6 p.m. can overwhelm your bladder at night, no matter how healthy you think you're being. Most people think it's about how much water you drink, and that's the mistake that's keeping you awake. But it's actually when you drink it that makes all the difference. Your kidneys are constantly filtering, and they don't take a break just because you're trying to sleep. Here's what urologists recommend, and it's surprisingly simple. Front-load your water intake. Drink more before 2 p.m., then gradually taper off by 6 p.m. Think of it like loading a washing machine. You want to get most of the work done early, then let the cycle finish before you need quiet time. Harold started drinking 2 full glasses of water with breakfast, another 2 with lunch, and then just sipping small amounts with dinner. Within a week he was sleeping through the night. Margaret told me she hadn't seen him this rested in years. A simple shift in timing gave them both their lives back. But timing isn't the only secret. Let's talk about what type of beverages may be silently making things worse, and you might be surprised by what's on this list. Number 2. Eliminate these hidden diuretics. Meet Alice, 82 years old, a grandmother who prided herself on healthy habits. Every evening, she'd brew a beautiful cup of herbal tea, chamomile, peppermint, or hibiscus, thinking she was winding down naturally. She'd sip it while reading or watching the news, feeling peaceful and prepared for bed. But Alice didn't realize that her favorite chamomile blend was actually a diuretic. Neither did her daughter, who'd been buying those bedtime teas, thinking they were helping mom sleep better. Night after night, Alice would wake up confused and frustrated, not understanding why her body wouldn't cooperate. Many teas, sodas, and even sugar-free drinks contain ingredients that irritate the bladder or act as diuretics, making you urinate more frequently. Even decaffeinated teas can contain compounds that stimulate your kidneys. That natural hibiscus tea, it's a known diuretic. Green tea, even without caffeine, still contains theophylline, which can irritate the bladder. Just because something is labeled herbal or natural doesn't mean it's safe for nighttime. Marketing wants us to believe that anything plant-based is automatically gentle, but your bladder doesn't care about marketing, it responds to chemistry. Here's what actually works. Stick with plain filtered water after dinner. If you absolutely must sip something warm and comforting, try a tiny amount of warm water with a slice of fresh ginger, but we're talking about a few sips, not a full mug. And avoid all caffeine after 3 p.m. because caffeine can stay in your system for 6 to 8 hours. Alice made this switch and saw results within 3 days. She still has her evening ritual. Now she does gentle stretches or listens to soft music instead of drinking tea. She sleeps deeper, wakes up less, and feels more alert during the day. Next, let's explore a technique urologists swear by, yet very few people know about it. This one technique alone has helped thousands of seniors reclaim their nights. Number 3. Try this water curfew technique. Walter's doctor told him something that sounded almost too simple to work. Set a water curfew. At 72, Walter had been waking up 4 or 5 times a night for months. He was exhausted, irritable, and starting to worry about his health. His doctor explained that his kidneys needed time to process fluids before his body went into rest mode. Walter was skeptical. It seemed too easy, but he tried it, setting a firm boundary at 7 p.m. For the first time in years, he slept through the night. His wife couldn't believe it. Walter couldn't believe it. One simple rule changed everything. By setting a hydration cutoff time, usually 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, you give your body time to process fluids before lying down. Your kidneys are incredibly efficient, but they need time to do their job. When you drink right before bed, you're essentially asking your kidneys to work overtime while you're trying to rest. People fear dehydration at night, and I understand that fear. We've been told to drink water constantly, but unless you're sweating heavily or fighting an illness, your body doesn't lose much fluid while sleeping. You won't shrivel up like a raisin in 8 hours. Your body is smarter than that. Here's how to implement Walter's strategy. Set a reminder to stop drinking liquids by 7 p.m. if you sleep at 10 p.m. Adjust the timing based on your schedule, but maintain that 2 to 3 hour window. If you're genuinely thirsty before bed, just a small sip is enough. We're talking about wetting your lips, not drinking a glass. Some people worry about medications that need to be taken with water at bedtime. Talk to your doctor about timing. Often you can take evening medications earlier with dinner or use just a tiny sip of water. Your pharmacist can also help you figure out the minimum amount of water needed for your specific medications. Walter now sleeps 7 to 8 hours straight. His energy is back. His mood is better, and he's not afraid to travel anymore because he knows he can sleep anywhere. His wife says it's like having the old Walter back. We're not done yet. What you eat and drink with your water could be sabotaging your sleep without you even knowing it. This next tip surprises even doctors. Number 4. Avoid salty and acidic foods in the evening. Evelyn had no idea that her nightly bowl of soup was the culprit behind her bathroom trips. She'd always heard that soup was light and easy to digest before bed. What she didn't realize was that her favorite chicken noodle soup was loaded with sodium, and salt pulls water into the bladder like a magnet. Every night, Evelyn would enjoy her soup while watching the evening news, thinking she was being healthy and responsible. But that sodium was telling her kidneys to work harder, and the extra fluid was heading straight to her bladder. She was essentially programming herself for a restless night. High sodium and acidic foods, like tomatoes, citrus fruits, or spicy dishes, can irritate the bladder lining, especially in seniors. As we age, our bladder lining becomes more sensitive. Foods that never bothered you at 40 might suddenly become problematic at 70. Many people assume bladder issues are just a normal part of aging, something you have to accept and live with. but they're often made worse by what we eat in the evenings. Your bladder is trying to tell you something. It's not just being difficult. Here's what works. Have your heavier, more flavorful meals earlier in the day when your body has time to process them. Keep dinner light with low-sodium, bland foods. Think gentle foods that won't irritate or overstimulate your system. Instead of that salty soup, try a small piece of baked chicken with plain rice. Instead of tomato sauce, try a little olive oil and herbs. Instead of citrus desserts, try a small piece of banana or melon. Your bladder will thank you, and you'll sleep better. Evelyn switched to having her soup at lunch instead of dinner. She keeps her evening meal simple, maybe some plain crackers with a little cheese, or a small piece of toast with honey. She's sleeping through the night now, and she says her digestion is better during the day too. And finally, let's talk about something most people never consider. How you position yourself during the day affects your nighttime bathroom trips more than you might think. Number 5. Use fluid distribution to your advantage. David, a retired trucker, spent most of his day in his favorite recliner. After years of long-haul driving, sitting felt like luxury. He'd read, watch TV, and nap comfortably in that chair. But a urologist explained something that blew his mind. Fluid pools in your legs while sitting and returns to the bladder at night when you lie down. All day long, gravity pulls fluid down into your legs and feet. You might not even notice the swelling, but it's happening. Then, when you lie down at night, your legs release all that trapped fluid back into your bloodstream, which then reaches your kidneys and bladder. It's like having a delayed flood every night. David couldn't believe it. He thought his bladder was just getting old, but it was actually dealing with a tidal wave of fluid that had been building up all day. Understanding this changed everything about how he managed his daily routine. It's not just about water. It's about gravity and circulation. Your heart has to work harder to pump blood back up from your legs when you're sitting all day. When you finally lie down, all that pooled fluid suddenly becomes available for your kidneys to process. Here's what David learned to do. Elevate your legs for 30 to 60 minutes in the late afternoon. To encourage early fluid distribution, he started putting his feet up on an ottoman around 4 p.m., sometimes even lying down on the couch for an hour. This gave his body time to process that pooled fluid before bedtime. Compression socks can also help if you're comfortable wearing them. They gently squeeze your legs throughout the day, preventing fluid from pooling in the first place. David's doctor recommended knee-high compression socks, and they made a noticeable difference. The change was dramatic. David went from waking up 3 to 4 times a night to maybe once, and often not at all. His wife noticed he was less swollen in the evening, and he felt more energetic during the day. Something as simple as putting his feet up had solved a problem that had been plaguing him for years. Now, I know this may sound like a lot to take in, but let's pause and look at the bigger picture, because this is about more than just sleep. I want to take a moment to acknowledge something that often goes unspoken. It's frustrating, both for seniors and their caregivers, when sleep is broken, energy drops, and daily life becomes harder. You might feel like your body is betraying you, or like you're losing control of the most basic functions. If you're caring for an aging parent or spouse, you might feel helpless watching them struggle night after night. You hear them getting up, you worry about falls in the dark, and you see how exhaustion affects their mood and memory during the day. You want to help, but you don't know how. Maybe you've tried everything you can think of: different mattresses, nightlights, even moving the bedroom closer to the bathroom. You might have resigned yourself to thinking this is just how aging works, that broken sleep is inevitable, and that there's nothing you can do about it. But here's what I want you to know: you're not powerless. Your body isn't just randomly failing you. There are reasons behind what's happening, and there are solutions that actually work. You're now armed with knowledge that most people never receive. These aren't just tips I found on the internet, they're strategies that urologists recommend that have helped thousands of seniors reclaim their nights. And with a few small changes, nights can become peaceful again. for you or someone you love. Think about Harold sleeping through the night for the first time in years. Think about Alice, no longer confused about why her healthy habits weren't working. Think about Walter, traveling again because he's not afraid of restless nights. Think about Evelyn, enjoying her days more because she's actually rested. Think about David, feeling energetic and alert because his body finally gets the rest it needs. These aren't exceptional people, they're people just like you who were struggling with the same problems you're facing right now. The difference is, they learned what you're learning today. Start tonight. Try the water curfew. Watch your timing throughout the day. Adjust your dinner habits. Elevate your legs in the afternoon. And most importantly, pay attention to how your body responds. Your body is constantly communicating with you. Now you know how to listen. You're not alone in this struggle. Thousands of seniors deal with this quietly, thinking they're the only ones, feeling embarrassed or frustrated. But it doesn't have to stay that way. With care, understanding, and the right approach, proper hydration can help, not hurt your rest. Let's quickly recap these 5 life-changing strategies, because I want to make sure you remember them when you're ready to start tonight. First, drink more water, but front-load it. Get most of your hydration done before 2 p.m., then taper off by 6 p.m. Your kidneys need time to process fluids before bedtime. Second, ditch those hidden diuretics. Even herbal teas can work against you. Stick with plain water after dinner and avoid all caffeine after 3 p.m. Third, set a hydration curfew. Stop drinking liquids 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Your body won't dehydrate overnight, but it will thank you for the processing time. Fourth, avoid salty and acidic foods in the evening. Keep dinner light and bland. Save the flavorful, heavily seasoned meals for earlier in the day when your body has time to handle them. And fifth, use fluid redistribution to your advantage. Elevate your legs for 30 to 60 minutes in the late afternoon. Let gravity work for you instead of against you. These aren't just tips, they're life-changing strategies that address the real reasons behind nighttime bathroom trips. They're based on understanding how our bodies change as we age, and they work with your body instead of against it. Which of these surprised you the most? Maybe you never thought about hidden diuretics and herbal teas, or the connection between sitting all day and nighttime urination. Or what has helped you sleep better at night? I'd love to hear your own discoveries and experiences. Share in the comments below. I read every single one, and I often learn as much from you as you do from me. Our Elder Wisdom community is built on sharing wisdom and supporting each other through the challenges of aging with grace and dignity. If this video helped you understand something new about your body, or if you think it might help someone you care about, please hit that like button. It helps more people find these important conversations. And if you're not already part of our Elder Wisdom family, I'd love to have you subscribe. We talk honestly and compassionately about senior health and quality of life, the real issues that affect everyday living, not just medical textbook theories. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Thank you for caring enough about your health, or someone else's health, to seek out real solutions. Thank you for being part of a community that believes aging doesn't have to mean suffering. I hope tonight is a little more restful for you. I hope you wake up tomorrow feeling more hopeful, more empowered, and more confident in your body's ability to heal and adapt. You deserve peaceful nights and energetic days, no matter what your age. Stay wise, stay kind to yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Sweet dreams.